how are you? It's Casey. Welcome to this exciting video. And first I want to tell you kind of how this idea came about. So a friend of mine who has been actually helping me with my business, she's not a doll collector, she's not a doll person, but she's been helping me, and the more that she's been around the dolls, the more she has started to like them. Isn't that the case for all of us, especially with new dolls or hobbies? And so I gave her this doll as a model, and the longer she's had the doll, the more she has wanted things for the doll. She wanted some clothing for her, and then she started thinking, oh, maybe a haircut, and then she started wanting all kinds of things for her doll. So I have the doll, and I decided that for Christmas I was going to go ahead and do these things for her, as well as create her a special custom outfit, because she really likes the clothing that I've been doing. So I need to get it done this weekend, because Monday is the Christmas party where I'll be giving it to her. Virtual Christmas party, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. So I will be handing it off to her, and then the party is virtual. Just want to make sure everybody knows that. And so it got me thinking, because right now we're sort of in the holiday season, and I've been noticing for the first time in my shop, I've been starting to get more people holiday shopping. So friends and family buying Blythe supplies for their loved ones this year, as well as a lot of people buying more kits and things to get into customizing. And I think it's all holiday related. But on top of that, and maybe because of that, I've been having a lot of people ask me for some light customizations or changes. So hair change, eye change, body change, face matting, really pretty simple, basic customization things. And it got me thinking that, some people might enjoy having lightly customized dolls with really cute outfits. So I thought I might go ahead and customize a couple dolls with no carving, just like I'm going to do for my friend. I'm going to do haircut. I'm going to spray the face and add some freckles and eyebrows. I'm going to potentially change one or more pairs of eyes. She liked the eyes on her doll for the most part, but I might put one realistic pair in for her. The others, I might do all of them or some of them. I haven't completely decided. This idea just came to me in the last day or two. And then the dolls are going to come with the option of being nude or with an outfit that I'm going to coordinate and put together for them, a complete outfit with hat, dress, socks, shoes, etc. And every holiday season I like to do a giveaway, and I hadn't really planned one this year because I've been so busy just with everything, like everyone is right now. And so I thought this would be a great giveaway, because it's not too time consuming for me. So I literally, again, just thought of this. So I haven't figured out which doll is going to be the giveaway. When we get to the end, we'll go ahead and figure that out. Again, this one's for my friend, but I want to do these 3 others at the same time. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Please follow along so that you can enter the giveaway, and that information will be at the end of the video when I figure that out. So I thought what we would do is we'd kind of do the process together, so that even if you don't want to buy one of these dolls with the light customizations from me, maybe I can give you some tips how you can customize your own doll pretty easily with some light customization, and show you what the process is. So let's do that. Let's get started. The first thing is you will have to take the doll apart. So this is the number one fear for most people that are new to Blythe, or that I get in my shop asking me to do things, is they are worried about taking the doll apart. And so, but if you want to spray the doll or do anything like that, you are going to have to take the face plates apart so they can be put outside to spray. You don't necessarily have to take the eye mech out just to change the eye chips, but if you're going to do any sort of spraying or coloring at all, everything has to come apart. So that's the first thing to think about. So I'm going to try to do all these dolls kind of at the same time. So we're going to take all 4 apart right now. And then the plan is that we are going to spray them, matte them with 1 coat of flat Mr. Super Clear. And then I'm going to add freckles, maybe not for the dark skin one, but freckles on the light skin, and eyebrows. And then we'll spray one more time with the semi-gloss Mr. Super Clear, and then that's it for the face. In the meantime, while the spraying is drying, we're going to begin removing the eye chips that we're planning on removing. So we'll need a glue stick and a lighter for that. So when we get to that point, I'll show you. And then I am planning to do haircuts on them. I haven't decided totally what each one is going to look like, but I'm thinking maybe pigtails, maybe braids. It's definitely going to be shorter on these really long ones. Their hair is a little bit unmanageable when it's so long, and it usually needs to be thinned, and I like the bangs to be a bit shorter, especially if we're going to do brows. We want to be able to see them. So we'll do haircuts while everything else is kind of in process. And then we'll put them back together and we'll make some outfits for them. So let's get started taking them apart. So a couple things to think about with spraying as well. I do prefer to spray the back plate to match the front, but if you want to spray the back, you're going to have all this stuff attached unless you're changing the pull string, which I don't want to do because I really want these to just be very lightly customized. So what you can do is cover this part with a piece of tape and put the mech and everything in a baggie for when you spray it. And you really only need to do 1 spray on the back plate just so it matches the front and isn't shiny. So we're just gonna, as I said, take everything apart and remove all these different pieces off to the side and work on them in batches. So spraying them all at the same time, coloring, and then really doing it all at the same time. So let's keep taking them apart. All right, so now that they're all taken apart, we're going to take them out and spray them. But first I'm going to go ahead, as I said, and cover up all these mechs. What you could do is just place the mech inside the back of the body, place everything in there and maybe tape it to hold it down. That will probably be the easiest way. You just want to be really careful not to get any spray on your mech, because that could ruin the eyes or ruin some other part of it. So I'm going to kind of see if I can just at least hold it in there. It doesn't have to be perfect, just don't want it to get sprayed. All right, so we're gonna go outside and spray them now. All right, so the dolls have all been sprayed with one coat of Mr. Super Clear, and I let them sit inside for a little bit just to make sure that they warmed up. And so now we're gonna go ahead and do eyebrows and freckles. So what you will need, let me zoom in a little here. So what you'll need for doing eyebrows are some watercolor pencils. They're the easiest thing to use. Some people do use acrylics with a brush, but I don't think my hand is steady enough for that. So I'm going to just use my regular old pencils. So I have two dolls. Their coloring is about the same. One of them is going to have the pink hair, and the other one is going to have that really pale blonde hair. So for the one with pink hair, I'm actually going to do pink brows on her. And the one with the pale blonde, I'm going to do this kind of lighter brown. For the dark skin doll, I'm going to do black. And for the redhead, I'm going to do this copper beach, which is kind of a reddish brown. It's not too red at all, but it's good. I like it for redheads. So let's do all their brows. And when we're done with that, we'll add some freckles and then we'll spray them one more time. So because normally when I do this, I've already sort of shaded around the brow, I'm actually going to add a little bit of color. So one of my criteria for myself on making these dolls is that I wouldn't try to keep customizing them too much, because the idea was to do a light customization, but I have a tendency to want things to be exactly the way that I normally do it. So I'm going to try really hard not to do that, but I want to add a little pink to sort of mute those a little bit so they're not quite so, the lines are not quite so strong. But I'm just going to do a little bit, and that's it. So I think those look pretty good. Oops. All right, so there's that one. Now this one was the one with the pale blonde. All right, so that's that one. And now we are going to do the redhead. So this isn't going on super well. It may be that she doesn't have a good coat of Mr. Super Clear, because the pencil seems to be kind of scraping it. So she may need to have a second coat. So I think what we'll do is add a little bit of coloring, and we'll spray her again, and hopefully we can get those brows to stay on. Let's do the dark skin girl. So before I spray them again, I'm going to do some freckles on the lighter skinned dolls. So I'm going to use my pencil. I'm going to use the sort of reddish one right now. And since these are watercolor pencils, just need to get them a little bit wet and the color will come off. And then you'll take your toothpick and dot it on. I'm going to do pretty light freckles on these dolls. So you just dab it on, and then when it dries we'll spray. Okay, so I thought I had my camera running while I was doing the rest of these, but I didn't. So I'm done with these three, and I'm going to go ahead and spray them with the Mr. Super Clear Semi-Gloss. And then they'll be ready to kind of get put back together as soon as we do their eyes also. This one, because her brows would not go on, we're going to spray her after that with the regular Mr. Super Clear Flat and try to get these brows done. So let's get them sprayed. Alright, so this girl has been resprayed, so let's see if her brows will stay on now. It's so interesting. I'm wondering if it's this pencil. So let's try a different color. The other ones were working. This was the only doll I was using that color on. So let's see. Okay, so I think maybe that pencil is too sharp and it's scraping. I don't know. This one isn't working great either, but it's working better. So we'll just go ahead and use this one. It's really a very similar color anyway. Let me just Alright, so let's add a little more shading there as well. Where'd my brush go? I feel a lot more anxiety about this doll since it's a gift for someone. I really want them to like it, obviously. So I think that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead now and spray her, and we'll bring the other ones in, and then we should be able to work on eyes next. All right, so here they all are. We're gonna let them warm up and take the eye mix out. I think my plan is going to be not to change all the eyes. I think what I'm gonna do, since again, these are light customization, I'm going to change 2 pairs of eyes, one side facing and one forward facing. I think that will give it some versatility. So I kind of like the orange for this dark, and although I like the gray also. Let's keep the gray and the pink. So let's get rid of the blue and the orange. So we're gonna do our normal process. The other day, I did have problems removing eyes for a customer. So a customer paid for the service of having me remove the eyes and place in her new resin chips, and there were 2 that I could not get out, and I was very frustrated. But she was very glad that she didn't decide to try to do it herself. I actually ended up having to hammer them out with a nail and a hammer, and I'm losing my lighter. Is running out. I gotta go look and see if I have another lighter here somewhere. So I might end up having to run to the store today. I do not have another lighter. I thought I had a whole pack of them, and I probably did at one time. But we definitely are gonna need a full-on lighter for all of these eye chips. So let me pause for a moment. I'm gonna do a little deeper looking in my house. I looked in the places I could think of that I have a lighter, and I don't want to use the stove. I wouldn't recommend using the stove because you have to kind of leave the stove on while you're doing this, and that doesn't seem very feasible. So I'm going to look around a little deeper. Otherwise, I got to run quickly to the store. I really want to get this video done today because it's very sunny and we have some good light. So I'll be back either way, and we'll keep plugging along here. All right, I couldn't find a lighter, but I found some matches, and I'm hoping that we maybe can just get through today with that so that I don't have to run to the store, but we'll see how this goes. I've never tried to do this with matches. I'm sure it will be fine. The thing that I'm most concerned about is sometimes it takes a few tries to get the mech off, or the eye out, I should say. So one of the tricks though, and I'm actually gonna see if I can get this lighter to work a little bit. There's a tiny bit in there. The trick is to let it sit for a while, like let the glue harden for some time before trying to pull out the eye chip. But sometimes it just won't happen, like the other day for me. So the other trick is to twist when you're pulling it out. So instead of just pulling the glue right off, you kind of want to twist and pull it out. Another thing you can do is soak the eye mech, but the problem with that, especially on a doll like this where you're just doing light customization, is that will remove the eyelashes, and we're not going to change the eyelashes on these dolls. So some pros and cons of doing light customization. So we're going to let these sit. We're going to kind of try to get them going, and while they're hardening, I'm going to think about what eye chips I want to replace. So this doll is either the pink or the pale doll. So I think, let's say it's the pink. I'm going to leave the gray and the blue. I think the pink will be a little bit of an overkill. It's not the right color. The blue will look pretty with the pink hair. The orange won't. So we're gonna leave the blue and the gray on this doll. So let's start here on these orange ones. I have lots of glue sticks, so another trick that I found is getting the glue to melt a little bit over the edge of the eye chip onto the white eyeball seems to help pull it out also. You can cut your glue sticks in half also so that you can use a couple at a time. Alright, so that lighter was getting pretty dead, so let's do another match. I don't know why it's getting so black. My concern is that my fire alarm is going to go off, so I think I'm going to crack a window here. Alright, let's put that one over there. So that one we said would be the pink, so this will be the pale blonde doll. I think for her, I like the idea of the pink and the gray, so let's get rid of the blue and the orange. I'm not a huge fan of the orange eye color. Maybe for Halloween, but alright, and then the gift doll. Now she told me she liked, I think she said she liked the blue, and I like the gray. So let's take her orange ones out and we'll just replace one pair for her and see what she thinks. Or maybe we'll do the pink also. Let's take the pink and the orange off of the gift doll. Alright, so let's go back to this doll and see if we can get these out. So that one's out. Okay, so now we kind of have to start over. So one came out and one didn't. So we'll glue another one on there and we'll try again. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on these a little bit and come back when we've chosen the eyes. All right, so I've gotten all of the eye chips out of each mech. So we're gonna go ahead and place the chips in that I've chosen for each doll. And then we're gonna put the dolls back together and look at haircuts. So let's do that. As I've said, I always like the darkest chips looking forward. I feel like light colored chips always look kind of weird, and there's a little bit of glue stuck on there. I couldn't remember what I said for the dark skin doll, but I decided to keep the orange because she has orange hair, which I wasn't really thinking about. But then the other chips I chose are dark because we kept her regular Blythe chips that are facing to the side. So that's her. So let's put her mech in and put the doll back together. One of the hardest things about not taking the strings off is that you do have to reattach the spring to the back plate, and it's very easy to get the spring misshapen. So if you have some replacement springs or replacement screw packs, you can just go ahead and change the whole thing, place it, but that would be quite a lot. So once it's in there, you will want to rebend it as best you can so it doesn't come off. The easiest way to do that is with tweezers, so let me grab mine. The other option would be to go ahead and put in sleep eyes, but I don't want to go that far with these. I'm going to do my best to try to bend this spring. It's a little bit difficult to get in there. I don't normally use the springs, so I haven't really figured out an easy way to do this. It kind of gets stuck together. All right, so I think we got it good enough. So we're gonna need to put her hair on. And I like to do haircuts with the hair on because it's easier to see what you're doing. So the only thing about that is just being careful not to get the doll too wet. So you can always put the scalp on a doll or on a faceplate that you're not using if you want to do the haircut not on the actual doll. We're not going to worry about it. Let's get our body back in. Oh, you know what? We forgot to put on the T-bar. So let's take her back apart real quick. You know what? Let's trim the T-bar just a little bit so the eyes go up. Okay, so the first thing to make sure is that the eyes are working. So let's pull her string. And of course, first one's not working. This is what always happens to me when I'm like, oh, I have a great idea. I'm gonna do this super simple thing that's gonna be pretty quick and everyone's gonna love it. And then it takes much longer and more work than I expect, which I suppose is the reason why people ask me to do this for them. So let's see. It's the T-bar, and I think I put one of the larger screws in there, so I think for some reason I'm going to try a different screw and make sure that it's pushed down all the way. That's the only thing that I can think of. All the T-bars that came out of these dolls should be the same since these are all fake dolls, so. There we go. So I do kind of like those orange eyes with the orange hair, so that looks cool. And her brows look good. We'll cut these bangs up so that you can see those brows. So that's it for that one as far as eyes. Let's work on the next one. This is going to be the pink one. So this. So now remember, she had the gray, or no, that's not hers. This one we had the gray and the blue, I think, yes. So the other eyes I wanted to use are, for the side facing, I wanted to use this light blue because it looks really pretty with, I don't want it that direction. Looks really pretty with this pink, bright pink hair. And I'm going to do black because I really like black eyes in forward facing positions. Whoa, she went flying. Okay, so let's put this one back in the faceplate. Put the T-bar on before. I also forgot to put the screws in the back of the darker doll, so let's do that real quick. Oh, you know what? Let's do that spring first. This one got a little bit more bent, so I'm gonna try to bend it a little before we put it on there. I want to make sure that it's really secure on there and it doesn't look quite like it is. All right, let's put the hair on. I apologize if you guys hear me snuffling and coughing a little bit. We actually got sick a week ago, and of course during this coronavirus nightmare that we're all in, everybody gets very worried that maybe you have the coronavirus. Luckily we did not, and we did get tested. And so I have this sort of lingering little bit of a cold, but apologize if I'm sniffling and coughing. Okay, so that's that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these together. I don't think that we need to do that on video since it's the same process. And once I get them all together, we will reconvene and talk about hair, and after that we'll talk about clothing. So So those are really pretty. So let's do that. Okay, so here they are, looking very cute. And so now I need to decide what I'm doing with their hair. And most likely I'm going to be able to get started on the hair but not finish it today as we're moving into the afternoon. Cutting hair takes quite a long time, much more time than people realize. It'll probably take me about an hour per doll. So I'm not going to do it on camera because it's also really hard to show the process. But I have another video where I talk more in detail about cutting the hair. But basically the process is, what I do is first I cut off the bulk of the hair. So if I'm going to do short hair, I'll cut the majority of it off. And then I will get it wet and cut it to the length I want, and then start thinning it with thinning shears. And I do the same for the bangs, cut them to the length I want and then thin them. So I'm thinking that for the doll that's a gift, I'm going to do probably around shoulder length braids. And braids and pigtails have to be thinned a lot because this hair is so thick. If you put it in a ponytail, it looks very unnatural. It just sticks straight out. So you really have to thin it to make it look natural. So that's, I think probably most of them I'm going to go about shoulder length. The doll that already has short hair, I'm thinking about going maybe a little bit shorter. All of them are going to have their bangs cut a bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started on their hair this afternoon, and we'll come back tomorrow once their hair is done and look at the outfits that I'm putting together for them. I'm really excited about the outfits being very coordinated to their color and their look. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So for now, I hope you all have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, welcome back. So I'm not quite done with the dolls, but I want to wrap up this video because I have to get the little red-headed one wrapped up as her gift, because tonight is the virtual party where I will be giving her to her owner. So she is completely done, and I think she is just about the cutest thing I've ever seen. I really hope the person that's getting her is going to love the outfit that I made for her and chose for her and put together, because I'm not sure if she likes really bright colors and rainbows and things, but I just think with the red hair, the blue and the yellow looks so cute. So I did, as I said, change a couple of the eyes, but I left the ones that she said she liked. She'd mentioned she liked the blue, and they do look really cool with this outfit. She also wanted a sweater for the doll. She was asking for a yellow one, but I didn't have a yellow one. So I have this purple that looks really cute with the motif because it has heart buttons on it too. And I didn't put it on the doll because I think it covered up a little bit of how cute she is. So I'm going to just include it, and she can dress her doll as she wants. So I'm really excited about these dolls, making just some lightly customized dolls. It definitely puts a lot of the fun for me back into it, being able to pick out an outfit, and they are still super cute. They're making me sort of love Blythe uncarved, to be completely honest. So I think she's adorable, and I can't wait to see her face when she sees her. So that is ready to go. Now the other three, the ones that I was doing for my shop, I have sort of gathered what they're going to be. So the dark-skinned one is going to have a cupcake theme. This is the fabric and that I'm going to use for her. And then the blonde one, so the dark-skinned one just needs her haircut. She has those orange eyes, and I put some darker eyes in there for her. So she just needs her haircut and her outfit made. The blonde doll has had her haircut in a really cute pigtail style. And she's going to have a strawberry theme. So she has this pixie style hat that I added strawberries to. And she's going to have this pattern for her dress. So she's done except for her dress, and then I have to put together some socks and shoes for her. And then the pink one, I have not cut her hair either. I'm probably going to do it similar to the redhead with the braids because I think it's really cute. And she's going to have a similar outfit as the redhead. She's going to have a rainbow dress, but with pink instead of yellow top. And she's going to have a unicorn theme, more rainbows and unicorns. So I have this cute unicorn headband for her. And I need to pick her socks and shoes. So I still have some work to do on these. I'm hoping that I can get them close to done today because I would like to have them available this week. However, I would like to do a giveaway for one of these dolls. I like to do a giveaway once a year. It's always nice to do one during the holidays because it's always nice to get a gift during the holidays. So because they're not completely done, I wanted to kind of give you an idea of their motifs and what they're going to look like and ask you to please comment below which one is your favorite. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whichever one wins the vote on the favorite, that's going to be the one I'm going to give away. And I will choose someone randomly from the comments to be the winner. I'm also probably going to post the giveaway on Facebook as well and give you a second chance to win over on Facebook. So if you go over to my Facebook page and comment there as well, you'll have 2 chances to win. Comment on YouTube and comment on Facebook for 2 chances. So don't forget in the comment to make sure you say which one is your favorite. And make sure you comment so that I can pick a winner. And then I'll just go ahead and give one of these girls away. And then the other 2 will be in my shop hopefully this week. And if people kind of like these, I am really excited to maybe do more. I really am having fun with it. It's still taking more time, than like everything takes more time than you think it's going to take. But the reward is much faster than carving. And it's kind of fun to be able to not have to go through the weeks and weeks of carving that it takes me. So I hope that you like this video. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you're excited to see who's going to win. I will most likely leave it up for a week at the most. I would like to be able to have the doll shipped by next Monday so that there's a chance it will arrive. Shipping right now in the US has been not great, and if you're international you can still enter. I just know that it will definitely not get to you by Christmas, but I'd like to have it arrive if possible by Christmas, but it is what it is at this point with shipping. We can't control it, so I'll do my best. So it's going to end, entering is going to end on the 20th so that I can ship out the 21st. So make sure you comment if it's after that point. Sorry. Next year I'll think of another wonderful giveaway. So I hope you all have a great holiday season. If I don't get on before then, I think I may be able to get one more video in before the holiday, but we'll see how it goes. I always have a lot of ambition and not enough time. So thanks for watching. I will post photos also of these girls as soon as I get them done, and we'll see you all again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.